Not everything in the safety ministry needs to become church information. In fact, there is a wealth of information that the safety ministry absolutely should be aware of, but is also imperative that it stays within the circle of the safety ministry. Today we're discussing confidentiality within a safety ministry. Let's dive in.
If God is for me, who's against me? Nobody is. I'm so sick of the...
Welcome to Sanctuary Peacemakers. This is your frontline guide to safety and security inside houses of worship with your host, Unity.
Not today. No, not today. No, not today. No, not today.
Now, let's enter the crucible of our discussion.
Not today.
Welcome back. If you serve in church safety long enough, you're going to hear things. You're going to know things. You may know about a custody issue or a family situation, a concern involving someone in the church, or something leadership is trying to handle quietly. And the hard part is, sometimes that information feels like something other people should know, but that doesn't mean they do. There's a difference between keeping people safe and keeping people informed. Sometimes safety means the right people know what they need to know. It does not mean everybody gets the details. That's where safety ministry has to be careful, because churches can be places where rumors spread fast. And most of the time, people don't even think they're gossiping. They'll say they're concerned, or they're asking for prayer, or they'll say they just want to make sure someone knows. But if we're not careful, we can turn someone's private situation into a hallway conversation. And that's not ministry. If people are going to trust the safety ministry, they have to know we're not going to use what we know as conversation material. They have to know that if we become aware of something difficult in their family or something sensitive in their life, we're going to treat it with care. Because protection is not just physical. Sometimes protecting someone means protecting their dignity. Sometimes it means keeping your mouth shut. Sometimes it means saying, that's not something I can discuss, even when someone is pressing for details. And I think this is one of those areas that you can really see the difference between a safety team and a safety ministry. A safety team may focus only on the task. A ministry remembers there are people attached to the information. So if you're serving in church safety, be careful with what you repeat. Be careful with what you ask. Be careful with what you assume, and especially careful with the things you only half know. Because half-known information can do a lot of damage when it gets passed around like it's a fact. The goal is not secrecy for the sake of secrecy. The goal is trust. The right people need the right information at the right time. But beyond that, we need discipline. A safety ministry that cannot be trusted with information will eventually struggle to be trusted with responsibility. So yes, train for awareness, train for response, train for conflict, but also train your people to be quiet when quiet is required. That may not sound exciting, but it matters, because if we say safety is ministry, then confidentiality has to be part of that ministry.
Fear you are not welcome here.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Sanctuary Peacemakers. If today's conversation added value, be sure to tune in next week as we continue equipping and encouraging those who serve and protect houses of worship. A special thanks to Haley Jones for granting permission to use her song Not Today as our introduction, and to Leslie Jones for allowing us to use the song Sound Mind as our outro music. As always, y'all stay safe and y'all stay blessed.